What is going on, guys? We died again here with another video. The summer of suffering? Yeah, summer of suffering is dropped today. Honestly, I didn't even realize this thing was about to drop. I thought it was next week. I thought we had like another week to get revised, but this thing dropped today. Increased rewards is pretty much great. So the first fight we got is the villain objective, and I chose to use Onslaught. So his nose on him is if you parry, you get an armor break, which you do not want to do because that pretty much ramps his destruction charges up faster. And also, if he punishes heavy with a regular hit or a heavy attack, you get a grit passive. Grit passive pretty much ignores, it's unstoppable, so you can actually run in on him and you can intercept him while you got that grit passive, so just keep that in mind. And with Onslaught, this is like the perfect fight for him in my opinion, because his heavy reaches so far, so you can punish his heavy with your heavy, and then you get rooted when he throws special, so all you gotta do is dex that final hit and then just throw your heavy and get that extended pause. So if you're having trouble dodging this SP1, what you wanna do is when he's coming down, that's when you dex. You don't dex when his feet hit the ground, you come when he's about to come down to the ground, and you'll get that dex every single time. I just learned how to dex his SP2 today. Like before today, I could never dex that thing. I was always getting hit. And what I do with the SP2 is when he kicks and he kind of moves forward a little bit, that's when I dex, and you'll pretty much get the dex pretty much almost all the time, unless you drop frames. But other than that, this is a pretty simple fight. This is a nice way to start off the first fight in the Summer of Suffering. That's gonna be hard to keep saying over and over. But this is a pretty solid way to start off. With Onslaught, the first time I fought him, I try to be greedy and I try to get up to like 25 to 30 neuro shocks and then throw my SP2. But by that time, he had too many destruction charges and he pretty much went to straight SP3 and then I died. So I just figured, hey, I'll just take my time, build him up a little bit by little, and then I just throw the SP2 when I got close to 20 charges or more. I didn't want to be greedy, so I just threw my first SP2 as soon as I got it. And then that degeneration, you can kind of keep it going. So that's pretty much what I did with this fight. It's a pretty fun fight, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fun. It's not that bad at all, to be honest. So I think, in my opinion, I haven't tried any of the villains yet. Maybe I'll try some more and then I'll put out a counter guide, the best counters. But for me, it was Onslaught because he don't gain buffs. And the neuro shocks is easy to keep alive on him. All you gotta do is keep punishing his heavies and the specials with the extended pause because he's not stunned, so you are guaranteed to get that extended pause every time, so it's way easier to ramp him up in my opinion. And yeah, so this fight wasn't bad. One thing you want to do right there is you don't want to try to intercept him, of course, because you know he's going to go unstoppable unless you punish his heavy. And then you get that grit, that pink icon in the bottom, on top of my screen under Onslaught's name. Then you could go in and intercept him if you wanted to. I chose not to. I just chose to keep doing the heavy combos, and we got him down easy. All right, so that was the villain objective. So the next objective coming up is the offensive burst hero. And when you do pick these objectives, make sure when you tagging your champions, you don't have any tags selected. Make sure you have all tags selected. I did that the first time and I actually used Photon thinking she was an offensive burst hero. And it turns out when I finished the fight, she wasn't. So I kind of just wasted my time doing that. By the way, if you don't really care about the objectives, you just want to get it done, Photon is a really solid counter for him. And then for this fight, you know how her power gain is. Get all 3 dimensions, throw the big SP2. Rinse and repeat. If you do get in trouble and your health is starting to go down, you can't interrupt that second heavy and then throw the SP2 with Dark Dimension, and then you'll gain some health back depending on how much damage you done. Here I got kind of lucky because he was getting that power. See how crazy that power gain is? He kept throwing SP1s, and like I said, I could dex the SP2, so I wasn't really worried about that. If you're fine dexing the SP2, you can push him there. But you just gotta look at those destruction charges he has, because if he has an SP2 and he gets the power gain, you're guaranteed you're gonna die. That, I don't know what happened right there. I think I was trying to dex too early, but of course it hit me right in the face. So now you're gonna see right now when I do the SP2 and I do the Dark Dimension, I get some health back. I mean, it's not like a crazy, but we back at the 50%, so that wasn't that bad. Then another thing you wanna do, you see that power gain going? Don't keep hitting him when he gets that power gain. But luckily with America Chavez, she has that negative zone, that third icon you see. So like I said, it kind of reduces the opponent's power gain. That's why she's a good solid champion for this objective. Because you can't control his power like that with her. But you just got to keep that negative zone up pretty much. Once you do that, fight is pretty simple. Then he throws SP2s. Like I said, the SP2, when he's lunging forward with his head, that's when you want to dex back and you'll get that dex off that. And just remember, do not parry this guy. Whatever you do, it gets him destruction charges. You do not want to parry him. And plus his specials are pretty easy to dodge in my opinion. Which kind of worries me that this fight was kind of simple. Which means that the next fight is not going to be as easy as this was. I did not get the one shot on here, and you will see in a minute. I think what I was telling you right here with the power gain, I kept hitting them instead of just. That was the mistake right there. When I threw that heavy and that relic, that was a mistake. I should have just backed off and then baited the SP1 or SP2, and then I pretty much could have killed him with the SP2 right there. And of course, that's going to kill me. There's no way I'm going to survive that. So he kills me, I revive, and then I get him down, and then we move on to the next objective. So if you learn anything from this video, just pretty much don't do what I did. When you see that power gain under his name, just back off and hope that he throws the SP1 and SP2 if you're able to dex both. And then he's going to get 2 more bars of power, and then try to bait those out, and then you should be good to go. Other than that, that's the only thing you pretty much gotta watch for is his destruction charges. When they get to 100, I think it's 100. I mean, I have a destroyer. I just got him the other day from one of my crystal opening videos. I got the 6-star. And I haven't even taken him up yet. I don't really know how he works. I just know that the destruction charges are deadly, especially when he gets the power gain. So just be careful with that. Then we get him down. Only 1 revive. That's not bad. I was not going to start over when he had 10%. That's just ridiculous. I don't see the point of doing that. So I revive. It's okay. This next fight, Jessica Jones. She is the defensive tank, I believe. I think it's defensive tank champion. And pretty much same thing with her. Punish his heavies. Don't punish his heavy with your heavy, because your heavy is not going to reach. The way I like to play her, I know it's like a certain way, but SP1, SP2 is what I like to do. And the thing about the SP1 is you can put a lot of different buffs on him. And sometimes you get the regeneration buff, so that's always a good thing with her. And then she's so tanky, like you could take hits on a block like no problem. Especially when she goes unstoppable and she gets that resistance. So she is a very, very solid counter for him. I'm pretty sure there's other champions, but I already had her at rank 5 ascended, and I don't get to use her that often. So I figure I just pick her up and play with her, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I picked her. But you don't have to use her if you don't have her. You can use another champion. But the concept of the fight is pretty much still the same with anybody that you use. You just don't want to get any champion that has buffs like Hawkling. Don't use Hawkling or anybody like that. And plus her buffs, I believe, are passive, so they don't really count. He can't really destroy her buffs. And then he's throwing a special, so that's kind of ramping her up. It makes it even easier for her to ramp up. So she is a very, very fun and solid counter for him. And she does start to hit hard the more she ramp up. As you can see, I was trying to get some different effects on him with the SP1. The weakness, that's going to help out with his block penetration. You don't have to worry about that because he got a weakness buff on him. And that's pretty much it, guys. Pretty simple fight. You guys got this. It's not really that difficult. I didn't even look at the thumbnail to see who the rest of the fights were, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be not as easy as this. Plus, with the buff rewards, yeah, it's not going to be that easy. But this is a easy fight right here. And one thing you can do is you can punish him with your heavy. Her heavy, sometimes if it crits, it hits hard, but she has a short reach, so you just got to be careful with that. If you back off too much while you're rooted and you're not within that distance, he's going to smack you like he just did me right there. But I'm not worried about it. We're going to make a comeback from here. We got this little easy intercept off him because she's unstoppable. And that's pretty much it. Rinse and repeat. Here, I think I tried to throw the SP1 to try to get that regen after I bait this out. I forgot which projectile she actually throws for a regen, but I didn't get it. It's spoiler alert, I didn't get it. So I just kept moving on. And I think I did get the one shot here. I don't even remember. Hopefully I did. If not, I'll just revive. Another person, KT1, I think I saw him using Void. So you can use Void. You can use any champ actually. So it doesn't really matter who you use. You just gotta be a champion that doesn't have buffs. If you have buffs, you'll have a bad time. So no Hercules, anything like that. He's gonna destroy Hercules. Venom, any champs like that, it's not gonna work. So villain, I think Domino is another one that's a villain. You probably could use her. She doesn't really gain prowess. I mean, he doesn't bleed or anything, so I don't think he does. Actually, I'm not even sure about that. He shouldn't bleed all that metal he has on. But Domino is another option. Any champion pretty much that doesn't have buffs. This is a really simple fight. Dr. Doom, I think he'll probably work. You might be able to get him into that Doom cycle. I'm not sure actually. I might try later on. But just take your time with this fight. It's not really that bad. If you mess up, start over until you get the hang of his specials. Go practice his specials, and then that's pretty much it, guys. This is a really simple fight. As you can see, he rinsed me earlier, and we're still in a fight. So like I said, it's not that bad. And he's starting to go down. Then she puts the physical vulnerability on him, and they go that power game right there that I was talking about earlier. And I still make the same mistake, but it doesn't matter. I think because he has so many debuffs on him, I guess the power gain didn't really matter right there. And maybe it's in her kit, but I think she does reduces the power gain of Mystic Champions. So that's probably what it was. And that's why he wasn't getting that power gain. So another reason to use her and Chavez. And there you go. That's the one shot with Jessica Jones. Easy game, easy life. So for the reunion event, I will be dropping another event. Hit that like and subscribe. Hit the notifications. It's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Later.